I think my biggest deposit month in this industry is just under 50,000.
Under $50,000 in income
Just under 50, yeah.
1 month. That's
One
crazy.
month, yeah.
After going your first 2 years, not being able to even make 15,000 while you
hmm
had a child and or on your way to have a child and you're living with your wife. Insane. What about you, Eli?
My
Biggest
biggest one, I had some annuities hit all in 1 month, which was good. I think I did just shy of 40K.
insane. Insane. And that's what happens when you stick it here in this business. Let's give everyone a little bit of intro. First of all, appreciate you guys for joining us this morning. Um,
Ooh.
this is a highly anticipated call. I know you guys have been getting, both of you guys have been getting a lot of sort of attention right now, especially because your guys' organization is one of the up and coming agencies within football. You guys have an insane amount of experience. So definitely want to highlight that. Give everyone a little bit of background before we get into the theme of today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Kenneth and Eli Barker both, oh, Kenneth Barker and Eli Reynolds both have over,
Kenneth and Eli
I almost,
Barker.
I just threw people off like crazy with that one. Wow. Samir's dying. He loves those jokes. Wow, it's a crazy one. No, they are not together like that. They're business partners, though.
It's this guy, bro.
We don't know what happens though. After 5 p.m., we don't know what happens. Regardless, though, both these
Oh,
guys have
wow.
nearly a decade of experience in the insurance space. Both of these guys. These guys are probably one of the most experienced people in our organization. And they're both top producers. Both you guys, if I'm not mistaken, have obviously conquered mortgage protection leads specifically. I know Kenneth, you're obviously transitioning into the Facebook sort of lead side of things. But both you guys have a lot of production and sort of talent acquisition accomplishments. Both you guys are focused on long-term agency building, leadership development. Both are husbands and fathers of other spouses, balancing business and family life. And then Eli, you also run another business outside of here too. So you're a busy guy. You run a gym and you're a football coach. And you guys are the founders of the Point Group. So appreciate you guys. Did I miss anything in your guys' background? Was that enough of a glaze? Okay.
Yeah,
So
as far as you want to get into it, man. Yeah, that's a nice little overview. Thanks.
beautiful. Yes, bro. So a big thing that we want to go over in today's conversation is since you guys have been in this industry for so long, we want to talk about what actually creates longevity and sustainability in the insurance industry. Because if we look at the data, as much as we have a lot of beautiful faces here right now, the harsh reality is that business is not for everybody, and a lot of people don't make it past their first even year in this business, just because of like what it really takes to be successful here. Now, both of you guys have are now each going into like both of you have 9 years of experience going into 10 years. So I want to kind of touch on before we get into like the meat of today's conversation, what originally got both of you into the insurance industry almost 9 years ago, and then what kept you here long enough to actually build a career out of it, Kenneth.
Oh man. So I got introduced to the industry through family, just like everybody. This is a very referral heavy business. So yeah, I got referred by my father-in-law who was in finance. He did a little bit of everything. He was at the different company at the time. He introduced me to it, but I guess my eyes lit up because I've always been the individual that puts everything into everything I do. Right? I just kind of broken that way. You tell me to sweep a floor, I'm going to sweep it 6 times and make sure every quarter is dusted. Right? And so when I got into a space in an environment where I saw people making more in one transaction than I did in 2 weeks of pay, I was like, what the hell am I doing? This is it. I found it because I didn't have like a soul like goal, like a soul mission to go to college to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. I didn't really fit in that crowd. All my friends had these passions, and I didn't. I just wanted to work hard, make a good living, and then just you know find a wife, have some kids, and kind of live on a ranch. That was like my dream, and just make good money. So for me, getting into the space was I realized I could be rewarded for harder work, and that clicked for me. And it wasn't an easy journey to get to that point where I was making a lot of sales, but I mean, that's why I did it.
But you still made six figures in your first year, though.
No, no. My first
Oh,
two
really?
years, no,
I
my
thought
first two
that.
years in the industry, I made $15,000 in 2 years.
Whoa, okay, that's cra I thought, my bad. I don't know where I got that fact from. Maybe my research was incorrect. 15,000 in how many years?
The first two full time.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it sucks.
What was your living situation like at that time?
Single bedroom apartment, basically a studio with my brand new wife who was pregnant and walking to Target, so I could use the car and try to go out to appointments and try to get sales.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
No, how old were you at that time when you
Oh,
were
it's
20?
20, just turned 21.
That's crazy, dude. Levels, levels. What exactly do you think, like, what would you say the second part of the question, what kept you here long enough to actually build a career out of it?
I made a promise to my wife I'd take care of her, so I knew this was the place I could do that.
Real man. Let's go. Eli, talk to me, bro. What originally got you into the industry almost 9 years ago? Because are you guys the same age or who's older?
Mhm. We're the same.
Yeah, oh, I know I'm older. Sorry. I just had a birthday. But yeah, no, we're the same age, just by months though. But yeah, both 96. Let's go.
You guys are both from Utah, so you guys know each other growing up or no?
No, no, we met actually when I first got into it through Isaiah Academy
Uh,
back um gosh, almost 8 years ago, I think. Yeah.
let's
We were
go.
just at just in between here. But I mean, to answer your question, what got me into it, I honestly just I was doing ever since high school. I mean, we weren't privileged whatsoever. I mean, we weren't dead poor, but it wasn't like I had to go work to get my own cleats, my own shoes and stuff. Not because my mom could afford it, but she just believed in hard work. So I was the type of kid that was always door to door, knocking on people's doors. Hey, can I mow your lawn for $25? So looking not looking good at all. Look, the neighbors, I just did theirs, right? Hustle money. I was a big paintballer. I played football, basketball all through high school. Played a little bit in college with football. So I had to grind to get the nice cleats that I wanted because I like to look good, play good. So I mean, my sales career just started ever since I was little, knocking doors for shoveling sidewalks, mowing lawns and stuff. Then from there, I went straight to pest control. I went to Vivint, that type of stuff, right? And it was great, made good money there. But at the end of the day, I just didn't. I just felt like I was scamming people. Like I really wasn't, but just like like pest control, Vivint, home security stuff, just wasn't really, I guess, doing it for me in the like satisfaction part of selling people, right? So heard of life insurance. So like, dude, everybody needs it. Everybody should want it if they have a family. And I don't got to sell it. It's something everybody needs. I just got to find something that fits their budget, which is something that's for my clients in every pitch, which is crazy. And that's like I can feel good about it. Yeah, it's kind of a depressing topic, but when it's covering people's families and lives, you can actually feel good about selling it. So that's what got me into it overall.
Beautiful, man. That's what kept you into it as well. I believe you also, a husband, father as well, right? You have, I believe you have
Yep, yep. I got two little girls, beautiful girls. I got a 10-year-old turning 11 here soon, and I got a 2-year-old turning 3 in a month.
love
Um, and then, yeah, like you said earlier, this business has allowed me to venture off into owning a gym. And then I do coach high school football. I did take a break this year, but I have done it for not the last 6 years, last 2 years, and 4 years prior to that. So something I'm going to be getting back into. Just had to build the gym up a little bit this year.
Dude, I love that for you though, man. I love that you were able to like actually do what like most people get in this industry, like to be able to leverage the income they've made here to use it elsewhere. I actually made a video about this on IG, about like the 5 stages of an insurance agent. And the fifth stage is literally this, which is like being able to take the accrued capital that you brought on, like built up from this industry, and then deploy it incrementally into other industries that can sort of help you generate another stream of income. So everyone gets in this industry what for like being able to buy real estate, right? Most people don't even know how the basic like how the loaning system works, but like everyone just wants to get into real estate or leverage the income here. So the fact that you were able to do that is huge, man. Um, that's amazing, man. So now diving a little bit deeper into the TOD, like you guys have seen a lot of people come and go in this industry over the years, for sure. I've only been in the industry for like what 3 years now, And I've seen my fair share of people, coming in and leaving as well. But what do you think separates the people that, oh, and actually, before I ask this question, sorry, don't mean to contradict myself. You guys talked about your struggles. Talk about your wins real quick. Kenneth, you said you made 15,000 your first 2 years. What's your biggest income month while being in the industry? You're muted. I don't know what the hell happened.
Sorry. I think my biggest deposit month in this industry is just under 50,000.
Under $50,000 in income
Just under 50, yeah.
1 month. That's
One
crazy.
month, yeah.
After going your first 2 years, not being able to even make 15,000 while you
Hmm.
had a child and or on your way to have a child and you're living with your wife. Insane. What about you, Eli?
My
Biggest
biggest one, I had some annuities hit all in 1 month, which was good. I think I did just shy of 40K.
insane. Insane. And that's what happens when you stick it through in this business. Now, again, after seeing so many people like come in and go out of this industry over the years, what do you think separates the people that last from the people that disappear?
Mm.
Yeah, you can
Relationships.
answer. Oh,
I
okay.
think relationships. If you spend time building relationships with people who are where you want to go, inevitably they'll see you struggle and they'll reach out. That's why relationships are the strongest thing. They can reposition you, they can lift you up when you're down, and they can motivate you when you need it.
Mhm.
And there's no amount of skill set that can replace a good relationship with the right person, with someone who actually cares about you. So I spent time finding people who gave a shit about me, and I built those relationships up. So whenever I need to pull on those strings, I could, and it was able to reposition me where I needed to be. And that's why I always tell people it really is about who you put into your life. And being highlighted like this, I was texting Eli. I'm like, honestly, it doesn't feel right because we brought on some really good people that have made the point what it is, that are on this call, right? That are on the spotlight. And so realistically, it's them that makes the production come through. And so I think it is relationships that'll bring you longevity.
Mhm. Beautifully said, man. Absolutely. A lot of people don't even talk about this in this industry, man. I love the fact that you said it that way. Everyone talks about like, oh, my agency is gonna do $1 million a month, or my agency is gonna do, dude. But people aren't talking about like stuff like you just touched on, which is reframing that into like understanding that no, our role is to teach people how to make a certain level of income, and then our team is gonna have an accumulation of $1 million a month. $1 million in commission is
No,
gonna be paid out to our organization from all of our efforts together.
I think it's a lot more impressive when you build $1 million relationship.
Hmm.
It's a lot harder to do.
No doubt. No doubt. Anything you want to add to that, Eli? It's like, what do you think separates
Um,
people like last from people that disappear?
no, I mean, to add on that, just to add on a little bit of what Kenneth is saying is relationships go a long way. Something I'm getting better at, but it was something that I noticed coaching football over here in the city that I'm in, Magna. It's not it's very underserved, that's for sure. Underserved community. We have a lot of minorities out here, single parent households. And one thing growing up as a coach, as a young coach, I mean, the kids, it was when I first started, I think I was coaching at like almost like 20, 21 years old. Just for the love of football is what I did, right? And I didn't realize how being young of a coach, how you can connect with the athletes more. But building relationships with them is at the end of the day, I'm seeing that translate over into the insurance industry because what I'm able to, because in this community, when you're coaching kids, you can't just go out and like, hey, why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? Because at the end of the day, most of them are going home to single family incomes or households where there's only one income and they got to go to work, right? And they were up till 3 o'clock in the morning and now they got to go to school and be a student athlete on the side of it. So you just never really know what's going on in someone's life. And the same thing in this industry. And that's why you got to, one, be careful who you hire. So you're not bringing on a lot of baggage to your agency. But two, when you do hire someone, you got to be able to build that relationship so that when stuff does come up, stuff's not going right, you're able to confront them in the correct way. And you can't do that, like Kenneth said, if you don't have the right relationship because it comes off as pushy, salesy, and then they quit.
No
Right. So
doubt.
that's something that I'm working on. It's something that I just wanted to add on top of that. Relationships are everything, in everything in life. So, but what was the initial question you were asking? What creates longevity in agents?
Yeah, I mean, more so just like, I mean, you basically answered. I was more so curious about like, what do you find that separates people from the ones that last from the people that disappear? But I guess, you in a way you did answer, right? Like you said that people typically go through things behind closed doors that like we don't even know about. And it's our job, as leaders or future leaders to be able to like honestly we're therapists. That's our job. Like we have to make sure like have that level of empathy. Right. I don't know if you got what you guys think about this, but I honestly don't think everyone can lead, dude. It's not for everybody, being able to like, you know, be responsible for someone else, selflessly responsible for someone else without like thinking of, what it's gonna do for you, right? Similar to what you guys are saying right now. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, that's the absolute truth. But Kenneth, you talked about like, I know when we had originally spoke, and the first 2 years obviously a struggle for you, but at some point you started to like pick things up, right? Like at some point you started to create like a little bit more like six-figure income, right? At some point, right? You in
Hmm.
your younger years. You also came from captive too, so it was way harder. But what kind of habits or like I know we talk about mindset. Like explain the mindsets though that helped you create the consistency early on to help you achieve those kind of like income sort of achievements that you've had, like the six-figure income. Like what does it take to make six figures in this business, would you say? What is it like? Because obviously you struggled, but at some point you started getting some sort of consistency. So how did that
I
work?
think I think it takes a level of it takes a level of ignoring a lot of the flashy stuff and just doing the raw fundamentals of sales, which is prospecting and closing, running appointments, making calls. And I think that's what I had to get used to was build mental calluses towards the fundamentals of this business. I think like anything in life, the fun, exciting things, they're flashy, right? In sports, right? You can have fun, fancy moves, crossovers, behind the back, all this cool, fancy shit. But if you don't know how to dribble that ball well, none of that stuff's going to compound very well for you. You're going to be a sloppy player, right? So I think it was just drilling down into the core fundamentals of what makes you money and then being focused there, right? What makes me money? Going out, knocking on people's homes, getting in front of people. I struggled on the phones when I was new. So when I first came to FFL, they called me the door knock king because I wrote all my business from door knocks. Every single policy was just someone to answer their door and say, "Hey, this paper, you filled it out. Can I talk to you about it?" Because I sucked on the phone, but I knew I needed to get in front of people. And so that was it. Okay, what is a money making activity? Am I doing something right now that will make me money? And I ask myself that question every single day.
Mhm. And you've taught your agents to be able to do it as well. It's kind of beautiful too to see that you guys like, and that's like the true testament of someone who can, guide other people, man. Is like, can you get people to the point that it took you to become successful faster? Right? So it took you what, 2, 3, I don't know how many years. How many years did it take you to start making your first six figures after in
Three,
9 3 years,
three,
right?
3 years, yeah,
Cool. And you got guys who you've hired in their first year and taught them how to make money, be on track to making six figures in their first year, which is
yeah.
crazy, right? So I mean, that's something to be recognized. Now, kind of shifting from the wisdom sort of aspects of the background of your guys about your guys' selves, I want to talk more about leads. So if anyone here is like calling mortgage protection leads, pay attention. So both of you guys, again, like I'll say it again, both of you guys have built very strong reputations working mortgage protection leads. Um, what do you guys think most agents misunderstand about succeeding with mortgage protection leads specifically? Eli?
Um, I mean, most people misunderstand. I think the biggest misconception with mortgage leads is the brand new ones are the best ones, in my eyes. I think that's the biggest misconception. And then when you run into that, and I tell someone that, they're like, "Well, I can never get the people to listen to me on the phone." Well, it's comes down to training and who's training you and what you're saying to that, right? So at the end of the day, like I think mortgage protection is the best lead. And if you're not successful on them, one, you're not being confident enough, one, and two, you're not saying the right stuff. That's all it comes down to, is saying the right stuff and kind of mimicking what your upline is doing or whoever's successful in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like me personally, like yeah, the newer leads are great, but I think it takes a different skill level of a agent to close those because you get in people that are in that first buying stage. And then once you get into the 6 months to 3 months to a year old, they've already been through the buying stage. Yeah, they've been beat up a little bit more. They've been called. But I mean, yeah, they may be a little more frustrated when you get them on the phone sometimes. But if you can meet them where they're at and just talk to them like a normal human instead of a AI guy or act like you're reading like someone that's like blatantly reading a script, then you're not going to get through. But yeah, hope that answers your question.
No doubt, absolutely did. Now, you said that age mortgage protection leads are the best leads. What about them makes them so great, would you say? Like, if you were going to sell me on them, well, how would
So
you?
one, the main thing I like about them is the quality of person it is. Okay. Not that other leads aren't quality people. I don't want to like make that misconception because all leads are great. But I mean, just think about it. What a mortgage lead is somebody with a mortgage. And most people that do have mortgages, not all of them, okay, but most Americans that have mortgages usually have a 40 plus $40,000 a year income, if not even higher. And they're not usually on solely SSI disability. And if they are, they have pensions from their last jobs that they were doing okay at, and there were more people like us in here. Now, with some of the other leads, sometimes it can be the opposite. You're running into a lot of like maybe people that are on just a super fixed income. Everybody's on a fixed income, but like literally $900 a month income sometimes. Even I don't know. So one, I think they are more of a qualified lead, and you're going to run into more FIA chances with those and higher level conversations like Kenneth does. He runs them, and he's already working on like I think $215,000 rollover this month, and he had a $250,000 rollover last month that he got paid. He's okay with me sharing these numbers, 17K on. Okay, last month, right? So sometimes you're just not going to run into those on Facebook leads or some internet leads sometimes, but you will. I'm not saying you can't, but you will.
Mhm.
And then the other thing is the cost on them. Cost, I mean, you're getting them for low costs, and you can have more chances. So I like having more chances and getting low cost leads and running through them because they did fill it out. So it's almost undeniable evidence. So as long as you can say the correct things to get them to listen, then it's at some point they were interested, right? It's just what do they currently have, or did they ever get it taken care of, or they just pissed off because their phones got rang so much they never got it taken care of, which is another bad situation they still are in, right? So yeah, that's my reasoning for loving mortgage protection.
Would you say that that's the most common objection that you get? Like, oh, I stopped calling my phone. Like I've already taken care of this, or like, I don't need this anymore, or whatever it may be. Or if not, what is
Yeah,
the most common objection? Because I want to
that's
role
the most
play with.
common objection is like, oh, I already got this taken care of.
Okay, so let's go over that. You could do some role play real quick, just to give
Yeah.
everyone some insight.
Mhm.
So
So a
I'm
big
gonna do the intro with
misconception.
you. I'm gonna do the intro with you, and then I'm gonna hit you with that objection, and then you handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Cool.
sure.
All right. Ring
Ring,
ring.
ring, ring, ring.
Hello, who's this?
Ion?
Yeah, what's up? Who is this?
Yeah, hi, man. This is Eli. I'm actually just letting you know here really quick that we did receive that information that we got back from you. I'm calling regarding the mortgage with Chase Bank, letting you know that we did receive that information. I just need to verify a few quick things. You sound actually kind of busy. I'm not sure what you're doing. I'll be quick here though.
Yeah, I've
This is
already got
regard.
this taken care of, man. I don't
You got
even
what?
need this anymore. I don't need this. I don't need this.
You don't
Everything's
need.
on my phone.
You don't need what? Sorry.
Whatever you just said, whatever you said, Chase Bank, mortgage protection. I don't know what this is. I don't need it.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I haven't really said anything yet. So what do you mean you don't need it? What are you? Are you? It sounds like you're kind of just sick of getting calls. It sounds like, and you're getting your phone blown up like me.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't need this thing. I don't need it.
Okay. Well, what? Sorry, I'm not sure what you're not needing. Okay, so
What are you talking
right
about?
here, like this type of client, when they're saying they don't need it and you haven't even told them what it's about, there's a whole nother situation going on here. They're getting their asses blown up, right? And they're just sick of phone calls.
Mhm.
Okay. So I would switch up from here at this point, okay, and say, okay, so sir, like honestly, it doesn't really sound like you know what I'm talking about. This is something that you did send in. I have handwriting here on this paper. Did you get that? Did you even look at it yet? It sounds like you're kind of busy. I'm not sure if did you even look at that yet to see what I'm
No,
talking about?
no. What are you talking about? No, I have no
Okay,
idea.
well, I just sent it over to you really quick. Okay, go ahead and check that. But like I said, this has your handwriting on it. I don't get this any other way. And if this isn't you, we got a bigger problem in our hands. Someone's trying to get insurance under your name. But that's not the case here. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, did you get that?
Yeah, I did. I got it.
Okay. And okay, so you do remember sending that in.
I
Now
think
tell me that you already got it taken care of or you thought it was taken care
yeah,
of or something.
I already got it taken care of.
Okay. Yeah. So it kind of just shows here that you're not out of the system yet. And I'm sure you're just getting blown up. And it's probably because the last person that took care of this for you didn't take you out of the system. So when that happens, most of the time, was this something when you got it taken care of? Was it something that was taken care of through the bank? Like, was it the PMI that they were talking about? Or was it something like the homeowner's insurance? Because that's the two biggest misconceptions they have here, Ion. When people get this filled out, they fill it out, they get a bunch of papers from the bank, okay, and they just fill stuff out and it's insurance and they think they got it taken care of. Okay. So when you say you got it taken care of, what do you mean by that? Like, did the bank take care of it for you or what did they end up getting you?
Yeah, I mean the bank. I mean, I got it through the bank.
Yeah. So there's two types of coverages the banks take care of for you. First one is PMI, and that's the one that takes care of the bank and protects them in case you default on your mortgage. And the second one is homeowners insurance, and that's going to take care of the home in case of like, a flood, fire, anything like that. Okay. This one actually the bank can't take care of. They're not an insurance company and they can't handle those types of claims. Okay. So I know you've been getting blown up, but I know this is something that everybody needs because you have a family. I just have to find something that fits your budget and makes sense so we can get this taken care of. So, like I said earlier, you sound kind of busy right now. Do I need to call you back when you're at home or when you're not working, or do you have time to go over this really quick right now?
Just call me back later.
Okay. And then we can go ahead and book it from there, right? But honestly, guys, like, yes, the main thing that I get when it comes to these, so I kind of got sidetracked halfway through it.
It's all good.
But the main objection you're going to get when it comes to these is, oh, I thought I already take care of this. I filled this out. I did this with the bank already. Okay. We have to create doubt in their minds and let them know, like, hey, I understand that. And there's a lot of stuff going on at the time of closing. Okay. But the bank can't do this. They just can't. They could take care of the other two insurances, which is the PMI, which is the homeowner's insurance, but they cannot pay a death claim out if you die. That's why they outsource it to insurance companies like Mutual of Omaha, Fidelity, and Gerber. So, like you said, and dude, I'm just like you. I get my phone blown up just as well. But you have a beneficiary, you have a spouse on here. This is your handwriting. You needed this. You needed this at one point. So I just need to go over this and leave you with that information so you can make an educated decision when you're actually ready. I'm selling the exit. So he doesn't think I'm trying to sell him right now.
Beautiful.
Okay. So that's you gotta flip their mind frame, right? Because they're pissed off, they're getting calls and they're sick of getting calls.
Okay.
So am I. But once you actually could calm them down and let them realize that you're not a telemarketer, let them realize that you're not an AI bot, and let them realize that, dude, I'm sure you're sick of the calls too. Okay. If you got it taken care of, okay, I'm confused on why you're still on my list because the last person didn't take you off for some reason.
Yeah.
So let's get that taken care of, right? So there's just a couple different angles right there that you can take it.
No doubt, no doubt. And then you can also just to add to that too, I think it's kind of more an advanced thing that we kind of as an organization need to emphasize on, which is doing policy reviews as well. Because when you go from that angle that you're just explaining, it's like once you find out what they have in place, right? Let's just say they even have a policy in place with this, you got to figure out like the coverage amount, the premium amount, how long ago they got it.
So let's go over that really quick. Let's role play that. So let's say they're like, no, Eli, yeah, no, that it's not through my mortgage. It's not PMI coverage and it's not homeowners insurance. I got something already through an insurance company. Okay. So what do you do there? Most agents just get stuck. Or they'll say, okay, well, what can I do? Can I try to beat that rate for you? Hell no, they don't want to do that. That's the last thing they want to do. They've already done it, right? They don't really care about that. They're already cool with the rate, unless you make it a problem.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So this is what we do. If they say, oh, I already got something. Okay, weird, Ion. Well, that's why you keep getting calls. the last agent must have been new and he didn't take your name out of the system. So you're going to keep getting calls until we get this resolved. So give me 1 second so I can get that taken care of for him. I just planted one seed of doubt right there that he just dealt with a new agent or possibly someone that is too lazy to finish the job. Seed of doubt in their head right there. 1. 2. So I can get that taken care of for you and make sure these calls stop because I'm sure you're getting sick of them. I'm a broker. I work with over 20 companies. I'm sure you heard of Mutual of Omaha, Fidelity, Gerber, Transamerica. What one of them did they put you with? Oh, it was the Omaha Mutual Company, Nebraska. Oh, Mutual of Omaha. Yeah, that company. Okay, and was it the 10, 15, or 20-year term they put you in? I think it was like the 20-year term. 20-year term. Okay, gotcha. And how much a month are you paying for that? I think they said it was like 150, $200, something around there. Wait, $150? Yeah. Wait, are you sick or something? You sound super healthy to me.
Yes.
No, dude, I'm not sick. I have like high blood pressure. Well, who doesn't nowadays, John? Yeah, I know. And you're how old? This was like 45 right here. Why are you paying so much? I don't know. That's just what they showed me. Gosh. Gotcha. Okay, here. I got you, man. Well, normally they get you to 2 people to make sure you're getting the best rates here. And I'm actually glad that you answered this because the last person I talked to that was your agent health, I was able to get them like something way better than that. And plus, they put you in a term. Did he tell you how much it was going to cost at the end of that term? Because he didn't tell my last client. No, what do you mean? Dude, oh my goodness. Do you know at the end of the term, I'm sure they told you that it goes away, right? At the end of 20 years? Yeah. Okay. Well, did they also tell you you're paying 150 now, that it's going to go up at least 4 times the amount at the end of that term, and you're not going to get any of your money back if you don't want that deal? Gosh damn it, Eli. No, that mother did not tell me that. Hell no. I thought it was blah blah. So anyway, what did I do there? I put 3 seeds of doubt in his head without him even asking. 1, I put new agent, didn't take you off the list, so you're gonna keep getting calls. Dumbass doesn't know what he's doing. Sorry about that. Let me help. Okay. 1 seed of doubt taken care of. 2, another seed of doubt. Who did they put you with? Mutual of Omaha. Okay. And then was it the 10, 15, 20, 30-year term? What do we want them to say that, right? Because can't we kind of trash terms? Because honestly, at the end of the day, unless you 100% know what a term is, most 50 or 60, 70-year-olds do not want that shit.
Yes.
Because they know they're going to lose their coverage at the end of the time, or if they don't know, now they know. Yeah. And they know they're going to lose their coverage, and they know that there's no cash value. So they don't want it.
Right.
So that's another seed of doubt that you're planting in their head. But you're not going to attack it right then and there. No. You're going to ask them next, okay, and then so I can get this handled, how much are you paying a month? Was it like 100, 200, $300? You can even give them multiple choice answers to answer your question, so it's not an awkward silence.
This is fire, right? Dude. This is fire. You know what I want people to do after this? If you guys are smart, you're going to take this transcription that when we post it on YouTube, take this transcription and then punch it in like Claude or Glasp and get the full script from what Eli just expressed, because this is insane stuff. These are gems here, dude. And I'm just for people to understand, like, just using this method. Don't mean to cut you off, dude. I know we're just,
no, you're good. You're good.
Like, what's like the biggest deal that you've closed using this POS method, this policy service review method?
Dude, this is how I mean, and I don't like hang my hat on big ass policies, but when you guys see big ones go through,
but you're putting people in the right position though. Like that's the thing. You're not changing anything if they're set up correctly. We're not touching that. But if they're set up incorrectly, we're gonna help them make an adjustment.
Right. And this is how you get bigger policies, is because they'll be like, well, dang, Eli, well, now that you talk about it, I have this policy, and now I'm paying $300 a month altogether, and I wanted a little bit more. And I was willing to pay more. And sometimes you come back and help them out. But at the end of the day, what this method does is it plants seed of doubt in their mind, because if somebody already has something and something this tedious to go through with like insurance, socials, date of birth, e-apps, text messages, all this crap they got to go through, they do not want to do it again. So if you just try to go at them like, hey, let me beat your rate, let me get you a better price, or I did no. You got to put doubt in their head about their policy so that they can actually want you to help them.
No doubt.
And what you do with that three-step process, when they say they swear they already have it, is you're creating doubt because you're the experienced agent. You're showing them the differences of different types of policies, term, whole, and actually educating them. And then you're getting them something that they actually want that's affordable, because now that 150 to 200 bucks, you ask them, if you're healthy, why are you paying so much? Now there's no reason in their mind why they're not going to want you to take and go ahead with that policy and help them out further.
No doubt.
Right. So I don't want this to become into an objection handling
All
training,
good, dude.
but
No, it's fire
that's
though.
how
This is
that
all
goes.
fire stuff. I want to kind of transition to Kenneth too, though, because Kenneth, you started to transition more to like Facebook leads. So, like, what differences have you noticed between mortgage protection and Facebook leads from a sales and communication standpoint?
I mean, I think sales and communication standpoint, I mean, I think it's just a different demographic, right? Different demographics respond differently. I think a Facebook lead does require a little bit more upfront. You you kind of have to just be more upfront with them. They're expecting to be sold, so sell them, right? That's what they want, is what I've realized, right? Where mortgage protection, you can kind of assume a role that's in association with their bank. So you have a lot of apparent trust with MPs. That's also why it makes it a pretty easy lead for newer people. You got a lot of apparent trust, where in the Facebook market, they're shopping, right? Just like they would go shop for a car. So when they show up, they kind of want to be large in charge. So you have to a little bit allow them to have a little sense of control with Facebook, and then you can kind of start choking down a little bit as you get going on as far as the process goes, is what I've realized. So
Fire.
I don't know if that's what you want, but
Yeah,
I
no,
mean
no,
that's
you
kind of what
got
I
it. You got it.
realized.
No
Mhm.
doubt. Hope that helps for everyone else too. I want to transition this to like the last and final portion of this, which is like the leadership side, which is like, your guys' partnership as a whole. So for anyone else here who's like trying to build an organization or, uh, is new to leadership, kind of want to, help address some questions for them. So I know a big thing that the saying goes is this, right? One of my mentors taught me this, which is like your top producers are always going to be your biggest headaches, right? And rightfully so. I mean, they you know, get paid. The whole point of this is to make sure that they get paid and then let them, go travel, do what they need to do, right? That's the whole premise of this. That's our job. But the problem is that we see is that some people, even top producers, like they'll have good months. Early rookie top producers will have really good months, like first 1 month, 2 month, and then they'll go and take a little bit longer of a vacation, or they'll start showing up a little bit later, or they start losing their consistent habits because of the fact that they're gaining some sort of traction. So my question to you, I'm like, Kenneth, you can answer this first, is how do you guys handle situations within your organizations where an agent is talented but inconsistent?
So for me, I think I would address him again. This goes back to the relationships, right? Um, the words you speak only carry amount of the weight that you have of their heart, right? So when you speak to somebody, if they don't feel like you genuinely care about them, you're not going to really move the needle. So I'll start there. So anyone in leadership, people need to care about you, and you need to care about them, or else the words you speak are just going to be air, not going to carry weight. So that would be step one. If I have a guy that I know is super talented, I want to learn about him. I want to learn about his family. What does he need in his life? Because when I come to him and I ask him to do a hard thing, he might have more gusto to do it. So for me, if I had a talented agent, number one, I'd try to gain a genuine relationship, and I'm not talking about glazing him up just to knock him down and tell him what he needs to do. I'm talking about genuinely over time. But once I had that established, then I would approach him and say, "Hey, man, can I talk with you? Genuinely, I feel like I see so much talent in you, Ion. You produce at a high level, and you have the skill set to be lazy. But is lazy the thing that you want to be known for? Because I can allow that to happen. I can allow you to be lazy, and I can allow you to write what you've been writing because you've been doing pretty well, and you can make a living doing what you're doing. So if that's what you truly want, you just got to let me know, because I want to work with people who are never satisfied and who have a work ethic to prove it, right? And I will not work with you. Okay, I'll help you out where you need it, but I have to set my eyes on people who really want to go to that next level. Now, Ion, when I brought you on, that's what you said you wanted. Has that changed?
No.
No. Okay. And Ion, in your life right now, I know you have relationships that matter to you. You have a vision that you have for your team and your agency. What do you think a good leader does? Someone who used to be good and lives in his glory days, or continues to show everyone who's following him why he is still the greatest.
Oh, that's fire. You freestyled that? That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then what would you say to that, Ion?
Pull me back in, coach. I'm ready. I gotta take care of the people. I gotta show up for them.
Okay,
You're right.
because I'm gonna be right next to you the whole way. Because I haven't gotten to my castle. I haven't sat on my throne yet either. Right? Our job is to help other people get their kingdom, and then we'll get ours later. Right? So let's get out there together and let's stop being lazy, because laziness is an unattractive quality, period. Doesn't matter what you do. And those who are talented, like yourself, Ion, they are required to give more,
Oh,
because when you're given talent, you should share it. Because if you don't, you'll lose it. So I
oh.
promise if you keep going this way, you're going to find yourself losing this talent. So I'm
But
only asking you, can you share it? And then
would
that's
you
how I
say
might
that
motivate them.
would you say that like the biggest issue with under like producers like that Ion are talking about is that they're just become complacent and lazy?
Yeah,
That's it.
I do.
Because like they're producing and they can do it, unless
Yeah,
something's
I
going on
do.
at home, like Luca. But other than that,
Yeah, I think they just get a little lazy and they have what they've wanted. Because when you start out, and let's say you're starting a new adventure and you want to go climb Mount Everest, you're not going to start by hiking Mount Everest. So a lot of people aren't able to even imagine climbing Mount Everest. So they imagine a smaller mountain, but they imagine the view from that mountain being so great. But their view from that mountain might be like, I made 7 grand this month. And once they hit it, they're like, holy shit, man, I'm making it out here. I'm big dog now. And they're making 7 G's, right? So a lot of times I have to get to know the person that I'm training so I can understand what their second mountain is. What is the values they want to leave? What do they want to be known for? That mountain is always gonna amount to larger success. It's the
No,
reputation they want to leave. And
that's
that's what I
true.
focus on with someone.
Yep, the reputation is everything. It's an untangible, unquantifiable. You can't put a dollar amount on it.
Yep,
So that's fire.
that's
Now
it.
I know we want to open up for questions here. So if you guys are gonna start asking questions, please start dropping them in the chat for these guys. Um, last question I kind of have for you guys before we open it up is, both of you guys have obviously over a decade in experience now in the industry. What does success look like to you today compared to what success looked like 5, 6 years ago? Eli, you can
Um,
answer. Kenneth, you can answer it either
I
one.
mean, gosh, success in my eyes was never about the dollar amount for me. Success in my eyes was always about the quality of life that I'm living and being able to kind of do what you want, not only like go where you want and do what you want like when you want, but like it's always been addressed just by the quality of life that I'm living and being able to be at home, not necessarily like work when I want, because I've got to work my ass off and I work all the time, but choosing the hours and the days and being disciplined with my own schedule. That's how I see success, is being able to have your own schedule, live the life you want, and still provide for your family. Outside of that, that's how I see success. I don't see it in big numbers. I mean, heck, if you only need 100, 200K to live for your family, and you guys are doing everything that you want to do and get where you want to go, then great, that's success in your lives, right? But um, yeah, I always measure it just by the freedom and the will to do what you want, but still live a quality life.
Fire, dude. Fire. Kenneth, anything you
yeah,
want to add to that?
yeah, I mean, I think success definitely shifts. Like I said, when you start, success is, paying your bills and you're like happy. It's quantifiable. It's a numbers-based success model, and that scales to be quite a distance for a lot of people. They're measuring numbers. They're measuring their closing numbers and their percentages. I think it's changed for me because the areas that I want to grow in require me to grow. So if I see myself being a better man at home because of my business, it's pushing me to be that for other people. Man, I feel really good when I notice like change is actually happening, or when I'm creating genuine impact into someone's life, even if they left me. That to me is success, because they're gonna leave me a better man or a better woman.
Yeah.
And to me, that is a legacy that they'll look back and say, man, I had this sales trainer one day, and they'll be on one of these calls at one of their companies, and they'll
Yeah.
have so much success. And if
Yeah.
I can live in that spirit, I don't ever have to worry about what leaves me. I only have to worry about what can I give. And
Fact.
for me, that has been a new journey for me, and it has brought a lot of success to my life. And getting to do that alongside of strong leaders like yourself, Eli, Jarrett Wells, Clayton. We have so many strong leaders in our team, and I mean that they're leaders. They help everybody. They never turn anyone away. They'll guide them. It's been a
Yeah.
privilege.
Absolutely, man. How does the saying go? You reap what you sow, but you in order to reap, you must sow. Like and John Maxwell talks about this. If you guys follow John Maxwell, he talks about like sowing first. You have to seriously sow before you can even reap. Regardless, though, I appreciate you, man. We're kind of up for time. Open it up for questions here. If everyone could please unmute and say thank you to these guys for joining us this morning. We appreciate you guys, greatly for joining us and spreading your insights. I can't wait to see what you guys are able to accomplish here this year.